In this video, we will be showing you how to connect to multiple drones and fly multiple drones at the same time. So in order to connect to multiple drones, we will first need to connect all the drones to a single network. We have chosen to use an ASUS wireless router as our local network, and I will show you how to connect the drones to the network and then be able to manage the drones from the network. So I've already done this for one drone, and I will walk you through the steps to connect another drone to the router. So first, I want to be connecting to the drone in question. As you can see, this is the router that we'll be using, ASUS 182G, and I am successfully connected to one of the drones. Now I'm going to be using Telnet, and I will be connecting to the wireless network of the drone. All the drones have a default network address of 192.168.1.1. Now, as I connect to the drone, I will be typing in this command. So essentially this allows me to go inside the drone directory and change the settings so that instead of emitting its own network, it can connect to any network that I dictate. So for example, I have it connecting to ASUS 182G. I'm having it take on the IP address of 192.168.50.6, and when I press enter, you will see that in a moment the drone will lose connection from my computer because it will now be connecting to my network, and then I will be connected to the network by default, and we'll see that take place in a second here. So now I'm disconnected from the drone, and now I am connecting in the process of connecting into the router. It is important to have your wireless network configured to be an open network so that you can manage all the drones on it easily. This method can also be used for protected networks or networks with a password, but for these demonstrations, it would be a lot simpler to use a wireless router that is an open network. And so now if I can go online, I can look at, this is the router gateway. If I go online and I look at the clients, this is me with this IP address, and then in a minute here it's going to refresh, and it's going to show me my two drones that are connected. Here I have one of them with 192.168.50.5, and here I have the drone I just connected, which is 192.168.50.6. If I refresh again, I'll be able to see myself as well. It's just being a little slow. There we go. So these are all three clients that are connected to the router. Perfect. So I'll X out of here, and I'll start a new terminal. Or actually, just start a new terminal. Okay. So like in the previous videos, we are going to be moving to our ROS directory. I have everything set to be in my source folder, so I'll quickly navigate there. And now I will be going into, I'll be launching the launch file so that I can connect to both drones. Except this time, I won't be using the launch drone.launch file that we had previously. Instead, I'm going to be using twodrones.launch. If I take a look at twodrones.launch, I can see that it is exactly the same code as launch-drone.launch, the launch file used for one drone. However, this time I have two drones, and I'm grouping them by AR-drone1 and AR-drone2. Note that AR-drone1 has an IP address of 192.168.50.5, while as drone2 has .6. This is going to establish the connection for both drones, and it's going to pull up the video feed for both drones. So now if I go back to my source folder, now if I hit the ROS launch drone application twodrones.launch, we see the same process happening here, except since both drones are being initialized at the same time, this may take a second to complete. As you can see here, we have successfully connected to one of the drones, and if you give it a little bit, we will have successfully connected to the other drone here. And we can see there are two camera feeds up here. Perfect. So now we have connected to both drones are initialized, and we have labeled one of them as my drone, or AR drone 1 and AR drone 2. It is important to keep note, however, that because we have initialized two drones, that now our code changes when we want to fly two drones. So I can show you this by, I don't know why I did that. I can show you this by navigating to our drone application folder and taking a look at one of our flights that use two drones. I'll be looking at tk5.py in this video. So these are all of the methods that we are used to. However, whenever we use two drones, we need to specify which drone we're talking about at any given point. So if we want the first drone to take off, I have to publish to AR drone 1, as in the first group, first drone group, and AR drone takeoff, instead of publishing only to AR drone takeoff. This has more to do with ROS topics, and when dealing with publishers and subscribers. More information about that is available on the ROS website. But in the scripts, all we need to do to specify which drone we're talking about is we need to establish the publisher speaking to either the AR drone 1 or AR drone 2. So as you can see here, we have a takeoff command for drone 1, reset for drone 1, reset for drone 2. We have hover command for drone 1, and we have the similar methods for drone 2. And so now in our code, we can specify what actions we want to happen based off which method we use. And this is how we can effectively communicate to either drone.